Hello everyone. Today our group will be presenting on 2009 Kuala Dipang suspension bridge collapse. Before presenting, I will be introducing our group members, which is consists of me, myself, Cik Wan Nur Christina Akila binti Cik Wan Ibrahim, Erin Wong Bangwi, Nur Batrisha Kamal binti Zamshul Kamal, and the last one is Muhammad Nawfal Firdaus bin Muhammad Fatilah. And we move on to the introduction and discussion on the topics, which is in October 2009, a new suspension bridge collapsed during a student camp, tragically killing three schoolgirls. Although as a donation, it was treated as a casual DIY project rather than a professional engineering work. While, twe- while 22 students were crossing at the night, the concrete anchor was pulled out of the soft ground. This caused the pylon to buckle and the bridge deck to flip, plunging the children into the river. So the main problem was the stakeholders. While the ministry and contractors were involved, no professional engineer was hired. By skipping registered experts, mandatory safety tests and JKR approval were ignored, leading to the disaster. Now I will pass to Irvin for the technical details.
The technical failures behind the 2009 Kuala Dipang bridge collapse can be divided into three issues. First, we look at the poor design and severe overloading. The bridge was only meant for 8 children, but 22 students crossed it at the same time, overloading the structure by almost 3 times its limit. This is a direct violation of Section 8 and 24A of the Registration Engineers Act (REA). The contractor acted illegally because no registered professional engineer actually submitted or checked the structural plans. Next is the geotechnical negligence. The bridge foundation was planted shallowly in soft river mud without any proper soil testing. Under the Code of Professional Conduct and Section 15 of the REA, this is a massive breach. Public safety was compromised because the builders relied on guesswork instead of drilling proper boreholes. Finally, there was a complete lack of construction supervision. The bridge was rushed in just 2 weeks with absolutely no resident engineer on site. This completely bypassed the BEM guidelines under the REA, which strictly require a professional engineer to physically supervise the work before certifying it as safe.
The collapse of the Kuala Lumpur suspension bridge was not only a structural failure but also a failure of engineering ethics, showing how safeguards under the REA and the BEM were bypassed. First, there was a failure to prioritize public safety under BEM Regulation 33 Canon 1, which requires engineers to place public safety first. The bridge was used by 22 to 50 pupils, but JKR calculations showed it could only safely support 8 pupils. This reflects a failure to anticipate realistic usage and provide sufficient safety margins. Second, the bridge was reportedly built without complete plans, raising concerns under Section 7 of the REA, which requires engineering designs to be prepared and submitted by registered professional engineers. This suggests that proper review and approval were bypassed. And finally, although the bridge was a CSR project, professional accountability still applies under BM Regulation 33, where engineers must supervise and certify that construction meets design specifications. The lack of proper supervision reflects a failure in professional accountability.
To prevent such tragedies from ever happening again, we propose 5 key recommendations grounded in the Registration of Engineers Act 1967. First, all construction projects, including corporate social responsibility initiatives, must legally appoint a principal submitting person before any work commences. Second, comprehensive geotechnical site investigations must be mandatory for all waterway infrastructure. Third, high-risk structures require the statutory appointment of an independent checking engineer to verify critical calculations and foundation designs. Fourth, a qualified resident engineer must be present on site to ensure strict supervision throughout the entire construction process. And finally, the Board of Engineers Malaysia (BEM) must actively exercise its disciplinary powers to suspend or cancel the registration of engineers found guilty of professional negligence. In conclusion, the Kuala Lumpur tragedy was not an incident, it was a preventable failure. 3 children lost their lives because engineering safeguards were bypassed in the name of goodwill. This case is a sobering reminder that the Registrations of Engineering Act 1967 exist not as a burden but as a shield for human life. Engineers carry the public trust, and with that trust comes an obligation to uphold it without compromise. That is all from us, Group 6. Thank you.